What's up, everyone? I'm here on a windy day at Lansing Park in St. Petersburg, Florida. I'm going to take you through a static stretching routine. I usually do these stretches after a workout. I don't really recommend doing stretches for static stretching before working out. Dynamic stretching is better for that, in my opinion. But static stretching does have its place, and I definitely attribute the static stretching routine that I use to increase range of motion and flexibility. So I'm going to go through one. You can follow along, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, enjoy.
Alright, first stretch we're going to do here is a toe touch hang. So we're looking to reach up, bend down, and touch our toes. Really try and get that spinal decompression here by just allowing your body to hang. So I start off and I kind of do a flat back and then I lock into the stretch. So really just try to get that spinal decompression and hang. If you can't touch your toes, that's alright. Just hang as deep as your body can and allow for the gravity to pull yourself down. And here we're just doing a toe touch to like a cross-body reach on both sides, just to open up and close off the sides of the body and directly into a deep squat. From the deep squat, we are going to do some wide leg toe touches. So get into a nice wide stance, and we'll start off with one side and we'll go to the others. I like to do these a couple of times when I'm doing this, and I like to kind of, I guess, bob back and forth. Couldn't think of the word, bob back and forth while I'm on each side of the leg to kind of get into the stretch, and then I'll come through the middle and go back to both sides. All right, back on the right side. Just trying to press my body up against my knee and pull myself forward, and then doing the same thing on the other side. All right, and then I kind of straighten up and come straight down into the middle. So I got this wide leg fold that I'm about to go into. And now we go straight to these deep side lunges. So really try to sit deep into those lunges, almost like you're doing a deep squat on one side. And then we'll shift to the other and do the same thing there. All right, now we're setting up for this wide leg forward fold that we've got here. Basically, just get wide, and you know, if as far as you can go is just touching your mat or touching the grass, that's fine. But you can make this more challenging by slowly coming forward, mounting your head onto the ground, and reaching back with your hands, almost like you're trying to like sit back. And then we'll go out of that into the next stretch here, which is going to be a butterfly stretch. So butterfly stretch is pretty straightforward. You sit with your feet together, and we're just trying to bring our knees as far as we can towards the ground while pulling the front of our body forward. So this could be pretty tight for you. It might take some time to get used to this, but if your knees are really high up, you can slowly press on those knees. You don't need to press on them very hard. It's going to take a while to get the flexibility, but just slowly press on your knees and try to bring yourself forward. And if you can't, if you don't have anybody to press on your knees, you can use the insides of your elbows to flare out and kind of bring those knees down. Switching up here, we're gonna do some sitting toe touches. I like to start these off by doing them on individual sides. So starting on the left side, I've just got my right leg tucked into the inside of my knee or my thigh there. And I just kind of slowly hang over that left side, and then we'll switch up to the right and do the exact same thing. And while you're doing this, with each breath, you can work on getting deeper into the stretch. So you breathe in, and then when you breathe out, you try to go a little deeper. You breathe in, you breathe out, you try to go a little deeper. So you can use your breath to get deeper into these stretches. And just try playing around with that and see how it feels. I definitely think that it helps. But we're gonna do another toe touch here. I like to get nice and straight, sit on my sit bones, sit up nice and straight, and then slowly round over, touch my toes, get some good breaths, kind of expand, and then on that exhale, go forward, expand, and on that exhale, go forward and deeper into the stretch. So these next are half pigeon, and I like to get into these from a downward dog position. So you just start off in that downward dog, and then you bring your knee forward, and it's going to be perpendicular to your body. We're trying to make that knee perpendicular to our torso. And I like to start off, really sit up straight, and get yourself to lengthen your spine, square up your hips. Your back foot's going to extend straight behind you, and then slowly fold over the front of your leg. And here I'm just going from side to side. I like to get all sides of my hips, so I fold over to the left and fold over to the right. So doing it on the other side here, getting that leg perpendicular to my torso, lengthening my spine, sitting up straight, squaring the hips, back foot is straight behind me, and then I slowly fold over, going to each side. So back in downward dog, I just like to kind of reset there from my pigeon straight back into downward dog. But we're getting back into that wide leg side split here. And now we're really going to go for the actual side split. So here we are, wide leg, forward fold. And I'm going to slowly drop into a side split. I like to put my hands behind me and almost try to sit on my hands. And then when trying to get deeper, you can use your arms or your hands to kind of stabilize yourself and sit deeper in. Had a little guest here, had to zoom in on the doggo. He said hi to me while I was doing my stretches. A nice little surprise. So, yeah. So forward fold here, or not forward fold. Sorry, we're doing a side split, and then this is a little variation of the side split. Put the inside, or put the elbow, your left elbow, on the inside of your leg, and open up your chest and fold over that side of the leg. So on this side, we're gonna do the same thing. Right arm on the inside of the leg, reach that arm up, cross over, and kind of try to open up that side body. And then after a little while of that, we can fold over that leg. But these stretches, or these kinds of stretches, are to open up that side body. So we're not folding over instantly. We're opening up the side and then eventually folding. So, and here, wide leg, side stretch, forward fold, side split, whatever you want to call it. But we're in a side split. I'm just folding forward, trying to open up my legs. I've been really trying to get this full side split for a little while now, so I'm working on it. Not quite there yet, but just slowly stretching into that. And be real careful when getting out of a side split, especially if you're in there for a while. Your legs get real tight there, so you don't want to pull anything, you don't want to hurt anything. Just be real slow. And then straight to a sitting knee to chest. I didn't really know what to call this, but knee to chest. We're gonna bring both of our legs forward and grab one of our legs, cross it over our body, and this is a nice glute stretch, just pulling it into our pulling that leg into our body. And here we're doing a I guess like a side cross body stretch with that leg crossed over our leg. Just put the left elbow inside of the knee, and we're going to turn into that leg. And you can use your right hand or your opposite hand, post it right behind yourself for support and give you that twist. It's great for your spine. You'll feel a nice stretch in your spine, and it's just a nice cross body stretch. So here we're doing the same thing, but on the other side. I've got the right arm or right elbow kind of into my leg, and you want to look over your shoulder here and just try to open up while sitting up straight. We're trying to open up the chest and really stretch through that spine. All right, and to close out here, I like to do these shoulder windmills, I guess is what I've been calling them. I like to do them while sitting. I just feel like I can focus on the shoulder mobility more. And really, we're just doing a shoulder arm windmill is what I'm kind of calling it. But just try to really slowly go through this, like you're trying to cut through something with your hand, and just try to get maximal range of motion. So start with your hand and your arm facing in front of you, pointing forward, and just slowly try to come back and get that maximal range of motion here to get that rotator cuff and get that joint nice and loose. So just kind of play around with these. These can also be done as a warm-up before doing shoulder stuff, and I do those too. I just like to incorporate them after as well. So this is like a cross arm stretch here. Most people should know these. We're just going to do these on both sides. Next stretch we're going to do here is kind of a test of shoulder mobility. So we're going to set up for it in just a second. I start off by putting my right hand in the air, my left hand behind my back, and I'm trying to reach and grab my hands together. So here's a view from the side. It might help a little bit. And basically that left hand is coming up to my spine. I'm keeping the outside of my hand on my spine, and then the top hand comes over, and I try to grab and hold both of my hands. So do this very slowly. If you've never done it before, just really slowly try to do this. You don't have to grab your hands if you can't. Just really slowly inch your fingers together, and then eventually you can potentially work up that shoulder mobility. But do that really slowly, and we'll close out here with some forearm stretches. So I'm going to be sitting back or using the weight to sit back onto my heels, and we're starting off with our palms down and our fingers facing towards our feet. So I just kind of bob my weight back and forth, just sit on my heels and come forward, and sit on my heels and come forward, and that will create a nice little stretch in your forearms. And now I'm sitting on the tops of my hands, doing the same thing, just rocking back and forth to create some weight and get that stretch. We're getting all sides of the forearms here, switching out and putting our hands fingers to face on the sides of the mat, and just kind of rocking back and forth again to just get that nice stretch. And lastly, I'm putting my fingers on the inside, then rocking back and forth. So here we're just getting all sides of the hands. And we're going to close out this stretching routine with a little neck stretching. So I'm just going to set my shoulders back, sit up straight, and pull my head to one side, pull it to the other, pull it to the front, pull it to the back, and just get all sides. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something. Hopefully you can get a little bit more flexible, increase that range of motion with this routine. But please like, please comment, ask me some questions. Even if you don't have a question, shoot something in the comments. Please share and please subscribe. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.